Good morning.
Good afternoon.
I am so sorry. My voice, I've been under the weather a little bit.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, I don't care.
We keep going. Good morning, everybody. It's me, Steve.
And it's me, Kass.
And let's do the official good morning,
Good
morning,
Good afternoon.
good evening,
And good night.
welcome to
The Fun Road.
with
Kass and Steve.
Let's see if you can sing anything. And today's podcast is about
Addictions. Are you addicted? We're gonna give you some things to think about. My voice is hoarse too. We have been going.
Yeah.
Oh my
a
gosh.
lot
this
of
is so
work,
great.
a lot of work, and that's why we're a little bit hoarse. But today we're flying home. I haven't been home in over a month. I've been flying everywhere from US, Canada, Colombia. I mean, I've been all over the place. But sorry, did I just spit on you?
Yeah, I was trying to see where did that land and what was it?
It just soaked in. So here we are, ready for the fun road. We have a bit more time because today we're flying home, but we're recording a couple of podcasts because we got a lot of things to say.
I'm super happy because my flight, I have 4 international upgrades for free with Delta. And
yeah, you better. This is where you use when your flight is around 9 hours.
Yeah,
you upgrade your flight to business.
Yeah, but you know, when I saw that it was 9 hours, I was like, oh man, I want it to be like 12. When you upgrade your flight,
no.
You don't mind if it's a little
9
longer.
and up.
Yeah, yep.
There's not many moments where you're gonna be doing the 12-hour flights.
I'm saving my last one for when I go to Indonesia in January.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
But it's there's such a difference mentally of what happens when you know you're going to be comfortable.
Oh, God.
There's so many things in life like this. When you're going to a house versus a hotel, that's also a time where mentally it's a different game. Yeah. You're more at ease and more at home when you know your body is just going to be able to stretch out. And
I need to find a way to upgrade my flight today, but
you upgraded on here and I didn't.
Yeah. Oh, you want an equal upgrade?
Oh yeah, you can't have an upgrade without me having an upgrade.
If you hear this sounds, you can only hear it. But if you go to YouTube, you can also see it because we want to show you something fantastic from Japan. It's called a steamed egg cake. And it's not about only the flavor. The density is...
It's the perfect consistency of
a cake.
Any yeasty product.
Yesterday you described this cake perfectly. It's like a...
Well, I said it's like a cornbread cake, sugary, dense, air sucked out, perfectly packed, and you squeeze it, but then it comes back, but then it's not too squishy. Perfect cake.
And feel the weight. It's just...
Yeah.
So, see if you can see that.
Is that the explanation you were remembering?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many ways to describe it.
Mm.
And when you chew it, it's like... it's so good you can kind of see the teeth imprints. It's that dense. Yeah, you can see the canines.
Your husband loves these cakes.
Oh yeah, so I'm bringing some home for Brian. This is actually one of them.
Sorry, Brian, eating it.
Yep, it's happening.
So today we're talking about addiction, and talking about addiction, I'm like, we always think addiction is something that you're addicted to something.
You can smoke it, you can drink it, you can shoot it up.
Touch it, but we forget that there's a lot of people who are addicted to a certain emotion. So we can see that addiction is a word that is spoken about when people can really visualize it. Mm-hmm. And then they talk about an addiction. When they can't visualize it, I'm sure it's not an addiction, but there's a lot of people who are addicted to self-blame, addicted to starting new relationships, addicted to falling in love, being sad, being depressed. Yeah. So this is something that we want to talk about today.
I think it's such a food for thought when you look at not only your physical things that you do, and you can call them habits, you can call them addictions, but it's truly what kind of runs our life without our permission necessarily.
Right.
And we would be addicted to these steam cakes if we lived here.
Oh.
I mean, a day.
But I think I'm a little bit addicted to sugar.
Sugar.
Kass says I have a funny accent. Is that true?
It's very charming.
Sugar.
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 Sugar. Sugar. Hey,
Sugar.
come over here, sugar.
Sugar. So,
how you doing over there, sugar? But behavioral addictions are huge. Or if you naturally keep going for the same, and when you look at mental behaviors, and if there are negative things, and you keep going back to them, and whether it's relationships or your train of thought or what you do that isn't serving you, if you look at it as something that, okay, this is something that I actually am re-choosing every single day, how about I shift that and I stop doing it so that my life can look a little differently?
The first thing you need to do is recognize what would be a negative addiction. Not that there's a lot of positive addictions, but a negative addiction that you say, I keep falling back in this, not for a reason. It's because I love to have this feeling. I love to blame myself and I see a lot of people having an addiction to self-pity.
Yeah.
Playing that victim role.
It's not that they're addicted to. It's what other people.
Yeah.
It's almost like you keep bleeding so that people can give you a Band-Aid.
Yeah. It's actually, I'm just eating at the same time. Not anymore. When we're a baby, we're trained that every time when we cry, moms go up to the baby and they comfort it.
Yeah.
So it's since we're a baby.
You looked at me. Did you do that with those kids of yours?
No. So babies are trained, kids are trained, even young adults are trained that every time when there is a sad feeling, they get a comfort.
Yeah.
It's from people around them saying, oh, don't worry. I see it even when people have a house animal. No, we call it a house animal in Flemish.
Oh, pet.
A pet. That's it. It's much easier. Een huisdier for the people from Flanders.
Huisdier.
When they get scared all the time, we always try to change that scared behavior with a comfort.
Yeah.
But we're actually awarding the opposite.
Yeah.
We're awarding that behavior. Oh, you're scared? Let me pet you.
Yep.
People are depressed. Oh, let me come and do this. And
yep. You're a victim. Life isn't really working out for you. There's always something to complain about. Oh, let me make you feel better about your life.
And there has to be a way where we treat people in a different way. When we see that there is a negative behavior, we cannot always award them. We got to say, hey, look, I can help you get out of that, but I won't award you staying here. And we kind of have to do the same with us.
Yep.
When we feel that we're in a negative behavior and we're at home and say, okay, I feel depressed or I'm feeling sorry for myself, let me just sit down and be a victim. You have to recognize that and say, look, either you do this for the rest of your life or you find a solution and you get out of this.
Something that was super fun last night was we were having kind of like a little, like everyone just kind of plopped at the table and we were just like, I don't know if it was like a celebration dinner or a I'm exhausted dinner, let's just sit here. But one of our friends, our colleagues, he speaks French. And so they don't pronounce the H.
Well, so, in English.
Yeah, when they do the translation. So he'll be like, let me give you a hug. Or the one with the air. You know, and he's talking about hair or hug or are you going to your house? And so we were just laughing with him and having so much fun because it's actually super endearing. And it's the same thing like with your accent and different things that you say.
I don't have an accent.
I don't have an accent.
No.
But he was totally laughing with it. And I think that oftentimes I was looking at that behavior choice of his.
Yeah.
He chooses just to smile about it, embrace it, and I mean, not get defensive over it, because oftentimes when something is pointed at us and brought to the attention that it's different than what other people do, it makes us doubt ourselves, it makes us feel insecure, so then we get defensive.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you can just laugh at it, and it's a behavior choice that you have to practice. And I used to be very defensive, and it's something I have to fight because I feel like I want to really make sure that I'm not being misrepresented or misunderstood. And I've learned it's so much more fun to laugh at yourself and to choose just to make light of it. Like when you can laugh at the little things that don't always go your way, your life actually is so much more fun because there's a million things and you're choosing either I'm going to complain about it or you just kind of laugh about it.
You know, there's a fantastic show called RuPaul's Drag Race. For some people it could be vulgar, for other people they don't get it. But it's actually quite inspiring in a way.
It's very moving.
For example, there is a moment in every single season, and they read each other. So it's about drag queens reading each other. So what they do is they put up glasses, and everybody they see...
It's like no filter.
No filter.
Anti-filter glasses.
Let me tell you, let me put your flaws into such a big highlight that it becomes funny. So the flaws don't feel like pain, but feel like laughter.
Yeah, you almost over-dramatize the flaw to help you realize that the actual truth is not nearly as bad as you're making it out to be.
And we do that a lot. I mean, we're trying to step out of the things that are very sensitive and try to make them sometimes funny, that we forget that other people might have a problem with that.
They may not be on the same boat as us.
And we have to understand it and accept that once in a while somebody's going to come up to us and say, hey, look, totally unacceptable. You cannot do this.
I have something funny I got to tell you about last night.
So we do that a lot with each other. We read each other on our flaws. And sometimes it still stings and you go, but then it actually makes it so funny that... what we used to be so insecure about years ago becomes like, okay, just laugh with it and it's fine. I'm not perfect, you're not perfect. We laugh with ourselves, we laugh with each other. And from the 10 times we do it, it's 9 times laughter and 1 time pain. But it used to be the other way around.
So last night we ran into those people. The 2 ladies look at me and they're from, I think they were from the Philippines or... Thailand.
No, Thailand, yeah.
And an insecurity growing up for me was like a big nose and big forehead. So she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, you're so pretty." She goes like this, like you have a big nose, because their noses were actually small. And I realized, I was like, "What?" Yeah. Thanks.
But
she was complimenting me like, "Wow, I love that you have like there's more of a prominent structure on your face." Where I looked and I looked at their features and it helped me realize, we were talking about what is beauty the other day. Yeah. And in their culture, they actually have very small noses. I quickly did a little scan and I thought, what an interesting thing to compliment on somebody, that they like their nose. When for me, that was something that I was insecure about. And we grow up with these ideas of what beauty is. And here I'm thinking, oh man, I wish I could just kind of shrink my nose a little bit. And she's saying, "So beautiful, I love your nose." But she did this, guys. She did a carrot.
She did an all-out carrot.
Yeah, she was like, "I love your nose." Yeah, it's such a great nose. And it just really made me realize your nose is beautiful. It made me realize how often we spend time choosing the thoughts that point out our flaws and our insecurity, and in that, they become bigger. If you look at if you are addicted at nitpicking yourself when you look in the mirror, you need to change that. That is doing you no good. The first person who should be showing up for you is you. Yeah. The only person that it matters, if they believe in you or not, is yourself. So if you are in the habit of waking up every morning and listing all the things that you are not doing good, and looking in the mirror and listing all the things that you wish you could change, you're not showing up for yourself. How on earth do you expect to have a positive, fulfilling day with confidence when that's your inner dialogue? You have to break that addiction, that habit.
People, you have to recognize that habit.
Yeah.
You have to snap out of it. But people love, I don't have to do this, I don't want to do this because I am this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
And stop doing it. The people say, I don't want to go out, I don't want to find this person, I don't want to do that, I don't want to find another job, I will never get it. They're addicted to this self-pity. So it allows them to say, I don't have to grow and do anything. I can be at home in my pajama all day long, which is fantastic one day. And then you snap out of it and you continue and you grow and you get better. I always say you do not have to jump from this life, boom, in a completely different life. But what you can do is find a good balance. Take that step forward. You want to have your day with your pajama, watching TV all day long and feeling sorry for yourself. It can happen and you might fall back into that. Do it for one day. Allow yourself to do it. And do it with dedication.
I mean, you may as well go all out because you better not be doing it the next day.
Exactly. The next day, snap out of it and you just go for it.
It's so interesting. We have no idea what the real result is, but we make things out to be so much more of a big deal than they are. And we say, oh, I just can't do that. I can't grow. That's just not me. Well, what if it is you? Because I definitely had a different idea of what my life was going to be. I am nothing like what I thought my initial picture was. It's almost like when you first move out of your house, you have a perfect idea of what it's going to be. It's going to look like an apartment. But then as you grow and as you change and maybe as you get married or as you have a house animal, you need different things. For me, when I think of, I never would have made the jump from high school to the home that I own now. It would have made no sense. You take those small little steps, but you have to know that small positive steps are for your good.
Yeah. And it's a small, it's the boat, the cruise ship that just does a shift of 1%. But 1 year later, it's a completely different destination. So small shifts every single day, and 1 month from now, you will say, wow, we can assure you that you will feel and see completely different.
And you'll start to look at those little things that, maybe those negative things that you are addicted to. You've got a little pinching for. You get a little reward for. So listen, we're going to break those addictions one moment at a time.
Rate this podcast. Give us 5 stars. Everything is with 5. I like it.
5, 5, 5.
Even my fingers.
I mean, so handy, right?
So let us know what you think about the podcast. And don't forget to hashtag MyFunRoad. Not the fun road, but MyFunRoad.
Give us a little screenshot, post it on Instagram, use that hashtag. Let us know how you are making your life your own personal MyFunRoad.
Exactly.
This is your path. Make it your own.
So can't wait to hear your stories. A kiss to you all.
Bye now.
Bye.
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 See you later.